If the waists of all your pants are always too big, this video is for you. Welcome back to another episode of How to Sew That Thing, and today I'm going to show you how to take in pants that have darts at the back. So first you're going to put on your pants and we're going to pinch out the extra fabric at the center back. Place a pin or a clip there and then we're going to take them off and measure how much fabric we need to take out at the waist. I need to take out about 3 inches and I'm going to divide that between the darts, but first we have to seam rip everything open. Remove the center back belt loop and then seam rip the waistband between the 2 darts and just a little past them as well. Then we'll seam rip the darts themselves and then we can make our alterations. Since I want to take out 3 inches, I'm going to divide that between my 2 darts, so each dart I'm going to increase by 1.5 inches. So that means I'm going to draw my new dart like 3/4 in it away from the old seam line. Then I'm going to extend the lines down to the dart point, but I'm going to extend it a little further since I'm increasing the dart width so much. Then we'll just pin and sew the darts in place. Then I like to try them on just to make sure that the amount I took out works, and then we're going to work on the waistband. The first thing I like to do is mark the center back line, and next I'm going to mark 1.5 inches on either side of the line because I'm taking out 3 inches total. Lastly, we just have to mark in our seam allowance, which I'm using 1/2 inch, and I'm marking those inside of the lines I just marked. Before we can cut, we need to just remove that top stitching from the top of the waistband, and then I'm going to cut along that center line that we marked first. Then you should cut along the seam allowance line, but you can see here I left a little bit extra just to make sure that they're comfortable. And then we'll place the waistbands right sides together, pin and sew along the line that we marked. I ended up transferring my lines to the wrong side of the fabric since that's the side we're sewing on and it's easier to see that way. Then we'll just sew along both of those lines, press the seam allowances open, and then we'll fold in the top and bottom seam allowances and press it well. Lastly, we'll finish with top stitching. I'm using this top stitching thread that matches my jeans and a chrome top stitching needle. And then we'll just sandwich the pants between the waistband like it was before and pin it well, and then top stitch everything down along the bottom and the top. Once you're done, it should look a little like this and your seam should be centered exactly in the middle. And that's because we want to use the belt loop to cover that seam. Before I sew this, I'm going to just hammer it down a little bit to flatten the seam. And then I'll just secure the belt loop at the top and the bottom, and we are done. They fit so much better now. There is no gaping, and please use this method and don't sew darts into your waistband. It's way too bulky. There's going to be 23 more of these videos, so if there's something specific you want to see, leave it in the comments.